Hello, and welcome to the Food for Data interview series. We are currently talking with thought leaders in the data and analytics space. This will offer our audience a valuable insight into how these speakers conduct their data and analytics practice, whilst discussing their challenges and giving advice to others. The interviews you'll be hearing from are in the food and agri-tech industry, from startups to well-established brands, as they share their experiences, knowledge, and learning. So in today's mini interview, we'll be sitting down with Deepal, who is the Global Head of Partnerships and Data Strategy at Unilever, and we'll be speaking about how adoption and a data-driven culture in an organisation are needed to drive a strategy forward. So welcome, Deepal.
No, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be a part of the series and looking forward to engaging with the community.
Amazing, amazing. So let's get into it. So data strategy, culture, and adoption, three main areas that you talk about and deal with in your everyday life at work. Could you explain these areas to our audience and why it's so important for small and large enterprises?
So these three pieces together can become very, very powerful. If you think of these as a data strategy, culture, and data adoption, it encompasses the crucial elements and modules required for building a successful data-driven business. It involves creating a culture where employees understand the value of data. It embodies and promotes the necessary skills to analyze, interpret data, while actively and effectively use data in their day-to-day work. Additionally, it entails aligning data and analytic initiatives with the organization's overall business objectives, and in return drives strategic decision-making. For the relevance or the importance by size of business, it's going to vary between small and business, but overall, fundamentally, the three are critical for both sizes of business, gaining a competitive edge, making informed decisions, and driving growth. A data-driven culture enables small businesses to optimize their operations, identify customer trends, and improve overall business performance. The underlying difference we have with smaller organizations is that we have limited resources. We must be focused on more of the high impact data initiatives. These tangibly will deliver better outcomes. The combination of these three elements with rigorous prioritization are critical for them. For a larger organization, the challenge is quite different. Even though you have the same outcome and output, the combination of data strategy, culture, and adoption becomes even more vital due to the complexities of managing data across different departments and functions themselves. It still ensures consistent decision-making, encourages collaboration, promotes a data-driven mindset throughout the organization, rather than silos. And in the end, it allows these organizations to foster agility and responsiveness.
Amazing, thank you. So if an organization were not to, say, implement data-driven culture and strategy, what would be the negative impact of this happening?
There's a few that generally come to mind. But what we will experience is, without a data-driven culture and strategy, organizations are going to miss valuable insights and opportunities. This will evidently lead to suboptimal decision-making. If we do not align our strategies well, this will lead to the lack of adoption, misaligning resources in data teams and functions. It's wasting valuable time and effort on non-data driven initiatives. In the absence of data-driven practices, decision-making may be based on intuition or personal bias. This will lead to inconsistencies and potentially conflicts. Without a data culture, employees may not proactively seek innovative, data-driven solutions. This in return hinders the organization's ability to stay ahead of the market. overall, what happens in an organization is that it may fall behind competitors that leverage data effectively, leading to a decreased performance overall. So that's kind of embodies really what we would feel or see the longer term negative impact of not having alignment across these three.
Okay, amazing. And I suppose as the years go on, many organizations are titling themselves as data-driven. Having this culture, how can it contribute to enhanced innovation and improved collaboration within a team?
Overall, there's a few ways of working or outcomes of implementing these three elements. Aligning data strategy with business objectives helps organization gain that competitive edge.
Yeah.
Able to identify trends and opportunities ahead of the competitor. While teams are able to do this, it facilitates quicker responses to market changes, emerging opportunities, thus generally improving the organization's agility. Data-driven cultures encourage collaboration and knowledge sharing across teams. Leveraging collective intelligence to solve complex challenges eventually leads to improved collaboration towards the same objective. Furthermore, if we foster data-driven mindset and practices, it enables more informed and evidence-based decision-making. The organization empowers employees to explore more innovative data-driven solutions, promoting continuous improvement. This leads to better outcomes, improved business performance, and again, just at the end, it's going to be enhanced innovations across the board. So that will really what we will see for those 2 points if we implement this very well.
Okay, and could you give an overview of what to do in an organization if they need to address challenges in their data culture and their adoption method?
There's a few methods that you could implement that I've learned from other leaders in the space and I've used in the past. But first, you need to highlight and evaluate your current position. Conduct assessments. Assess the organization's data culture and adoption through surveys and open forums to identify gaps and challenges that teams are facing across all different functions. But also keep in mind to understand what's working well. Some of the drawbacks in this would be the trust in data. You have to implement a robust data governance framework to ensure data quality, security, compliance, as well as supporting data-driven practices. These are some of the first steps that a data leader or a data team should start. Once you've identified gaps, aligned a governance process, you need to begin in developing programs, training to equip employees with the necessary skills to understand, analyze, and leverage data effectively. Once you're on the roll with this, you need to dial up aligning data initiatives against the organization's strategic goals. You have to reprioritize and adjust to align against these goals. So those are the fundamental steps to really start looking at or understanding where are you as a business and data initiatives and data teams with the business goals.
Okay. And if we've got this, like once we've got this in place, if we were looking to the future of an organization, it could be the next 3, it could be the next 6, 9, 12 months. What steps should an organization take to adapt to this?
So we should generally think about this as any other initiative in the business. If you're going to market with a new product or a new service, everybody needs to understand. So that's where you must start. connecting teams and communities. So you can run data workshops to begin with, educate employees about data values, encourage data adoption. This overall will drive a data culture. I've mentioned this before. You have to start implementing and developing data literacy training programs to enhance the analytic experience or the data analysis and the interpretation skills that we need. You could have either drop-in or open forum discussions across teams and function, and keep it very open and welcoming for questions or curiosity around data itself and how we monitor the business. Once you've got this rolling, you could look at possibly the next 6 months to align or refine the data strategy, review and refine the data strategy, align it to the challenges or the changes the business is facing. This will allow to identify emerging opportunities. While we continue this journey of having a business strategy, really driving some programs, you need to create a buzz. And you can think about creating champions, identifying and empower the community, the data literacy champions within the organization, make them the advocates, and you can really gamify this as well to make data practices known, share use cases of data capabilities and tools within the business. While this is going on, you'll see in the background that there will be a serious uptick across the leadership, across business units that will understand now the value of data. This is where it becomes a little bit more serious. Establishing KPIs to measure the impact of data-driven initiatives, monitoring the progress and proactively the actionable insights for improvement. Continue to foster the culture itself, encouraging employees to seek data-driven solutions, share success, and learn for failures. The underlying part is making sure that the data strategy is aligned to the business goals, focusing on strategic objectives. Everybody is working towards the same goal, and the data is enabling most of these leaders. By focusing on data strategy, culture, the adoption of data, data leaders can create a very strong foundation for data-driven success, drive the organization forward in a thriving, competitive future. So regular monitoring, adjustments of the strategy will lead to more sustainable progress in building this strong data-driven culture.
Amazing, amazing. Well, thank you, Deepal, for joining us on the Food for Data interview series. Hopefully, some of our data leaders and our wider audience will take some advice from you today.
Thank you very much for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure.